Good morning, my friends. Happy Friday and welcome to our weekly Friday feeling. So today is kind of our first normal Friday feeling because in the past few weeks, I've been introducing you to myself, to my office, to a few of my friends who work around here who do similar jobs to what I do. For those of you who are still trying to remember who I am at our school, if you're new here this year or if you're in kindergarten, my name is Mrs. Heffler, and I am your school counselor. And so today we're going to be talking a lot about our feelings and emotions and about a pretty big word that I like to say a lot, especially on Friday feelings, and that word is called mindfulness. So we have the word mind, and then we have two other parts of the word, mindfulness. I'm going to explain what all of that is in a minute. But before we get to talking about mindfulness, and the few other activities we have planned for this video today, I want us to kind of check in with ourselves. You've made it through the second full week of school. We are quickly approaching the last full week of September. We've been getting more used to things here at school. We might still be really tired, especially by the end of the week, both teachers and students. I know September is one long period for us to kind of adjust and get used to being back in the routine of things. So especially on a Friday morning, you might be feeling pretty tired after a week of school, and that's okay. What I want you to do right now, though, is I want you to just find a nice, comfortable seated position, not leaning back, not leaning on our desk, not having our head down. We're sitting up nice and tall. We're going to take a few deep breaths in and out together. And as we do that, I want you to really start focusing on what emotions you're feeling this morning. What have you been feeling since the time you woke up to right now? Chances are it's probably been a few different emotions, right? Maybe even in this exact moment, you're feeling more than one feeling at the same time, and that's totally normal. So why don't we take 5 deep breaths in and out, and as we're doing that, really starting to tune in to what we've been feeling in our hearts and in our minds today. All right? Okay, I'm going to breathe in through my nose, out through my mouth. You can breathe in however you would like. Let's start with our first deep breath in and out. In and out. Deep breath in and out. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, in and out. So in case you haven't figured out what you've been feeling yet today, I'm actually going to go ahead and pop up on my screen. There we go. All these different feelings that you might be feeling. And if you know how to read, you can read through those different feelings. If you don't know how to read, that's okay too. You can look at those faces and see if any of them kind of describe how you've been feeling so far today. Maybe when you first woke up, you were feeling really frustrated or annoyed that you had to get up and out of your nice, comfy, cozy bed. Maybe when we realized it's Friday and we've made it to the end of the week, you're feeling really happy and excited. Maybe because it's still early when you're watching this, maybe you're just kind of feeling nice and calm and relaxed. Whatever it might be. All right, I'm going to clear that. So whatever feelings you've had or you're having right now are totally normal and totally fine. The cool thing about our feelings is that they never stay for ever and ever and ever. We aren't always going to feel angry or sad or frustrated. Eventually those feelings will change. They'll change into something else if we give it time and if we try to be patient with those feelings and understanding that they're visiting us. Now, the same can be said for those comfortable emotions that we have, like feeling happy or calm. Unfortunately, we won't always feel happy or calm. And when we're talking about mindfulness, we're talking about ways that we can be present. And that means really tuning in with ourselves, with what we're feeling, with what our body's feeling, our hearts, our minds, and kind of riding out that storm, waiting until those emotions go away, or focusing on other things to try and get ourselves back to being at least calm, even if we're feeling all of these other emotions that are really uncomfortable. The reason that we do this, the reason that we even have these Friday feelings is because each and every one of you, myself included, we are going to, as the school year goes on, we're going to feel tough emotions. We're going to feel uncomfortable emotions. There are going to be times that I am feeling angry or frustrated. There are going to be times that you're feeling lonely or jealous or upset or angry. And that's okay. It's okay to feel that way. I feel that way too sometimes. What we do is when we practice mindfulness, it helps us to stay in control even when those big, uncomfortable emotions are happening inside of us. So mindfulness is, the word's kind of hidden in there, is being mindful. It sounds simple, right? Being mindful, but it's kind of a hard thing to do. It's trying to get our brain a little bit more calm and a little less bouncy ball, where we're bouncing all over the place with all of our thoughts coming and going at the same time. When we're being mindful, sometimes we do it in a few different ways. One big way is by focusing on our breath and using our breath to calm ourselves down. Now, my older students, you guys are pros at this. You could probably tell me exactly what I'm going to say next, because I like to say the same kind of thing when we talk about breathing. But when we take those deep breaths, we're letting oxygen into our body. That oxygen is going to help our brains to, we call it like to regulate or to calm themselves down. So the more oxygen that we have going to our brain when we're taking in deep breaths, the more awake our brain is going to be, and the more in control of ourselves our brain is going to be, the better decision making we're going to be able to have. When we're taking deep breaths, it's also going to slow our heartbeat down. So if you went outside with Mr. T and you ran a mile outside and then your heart was racing afterwards, if you paused and you took a few deep breaths, you would slowly start to feel that heart rate slow down a little bit. And that is going to help your body feel more at peace and more calm and more in control, so that we're able to make good choices even if we're feeling a tough emotion. Our heart doesn't always race just after we run the mile. Sometimes it's racing because we're feeling so angry and our heart's pounding, or we're feeling so frightened and our heart is pounding. Taking those deep breaths can help that heartbeat to slow itself down, to get us all to a place that's nice and calm. As the year goes on, we're going to talk a lot more about mindfulness. So if you're looking at me right now on the screen and going, Mrs. Heffler, I don't get it. I don't really understand what you mean by mindfulness. I don't know what that means. That's okay. Don't worry. We're going to talk more about it as the year goes on. For right now, the main thing I want you to focus on is your breathing. And today, we're actually going to be reading a story together. This story is called Breathing Makes It Better. And I have to give a shout out to two lovely ladies in our school. And that is Taylor Leck. I think she's in second grade this year. And Mrs. Leck. Both of them reached out to me and let me know about this book. I'd never heard of it before. And it is a perfect book for starting off the year and talking about mindfulness and our breath, because our breathing can really help us through those uncomfortable emotions, those uncomfortable moments. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that book up now. I hope you enjoy. Breathing Makes It Better. A book for sad days, mad days, glad days, and all the feelings in between. Written by Christopher Willard and Wendy O'Leary. You are alive. And because you are alive, you have feelings and emotions just like every person on earth. Sometimes you feel happy, silly, joyful, and calm. And sometimes you feel sad, angry, scared, and alone. And it can be uncomfortable. But if you watch and really notice, feelings come and go, just like your breath goes in and out in each little moment of the day. When your morning starts out terrible and your heart feels hurt or broken, stop and take a breath. When I am sad, be still. Be here. I shine warm and bright like the sun full of light. Breathe in, breathe out. Peace is near. And my friends, you're going to notice there are kind of little poems throughout this story, throughout this book, that can be used when you're feeling all different kinds of ways. When trouble lurks around every corner and your stomach aches and churns, stop and take a breath. When I am anxious, be still. be here. I stay strong and sure like a mountain secure. Breathe in, breathe out. Peace is near. When the world feels strange and lonely and your chest feels tight and closed, stop and take a breath. When I'm alone, be still, be here. I stand like a tree in the woods tall and free. Breathe in, breathe out. Peace is near. When life seems unfair and beyond your control and your face feels hot and fiery, stop and take a breath. When I am angry, be still, be here. I rise in the sky like a cloud flying high. Breathe in, breathe out. Peace is near. When nothing makes sense and the answers are missing and your brain feels dull and jumbled, stop and take a breath. When I'm confused, be still, be here. I rest like a mirror on a lake calm and clear. Breathe in, breathe out. Peace is near. When darkness and shadows are everywhere and your lungs feel short and shallow, stop and take a breath. When I am scared, be still, be here. I relax and let go. Like a river I flow. Breathe in, breathe out. Peace is near. To be alive is to have feelings and emotions. And when you breathe in and out and pay attention to your breath, you can watch your feelings come and go. Happy and sad, silly and angry, joyful and scared, calm and alone. When you breathe, you are alive. And because you are alive, anything is possible. Right, my friends, that is the end of our story. I hope you enjoyed it. I loved going through and seeing each of those different emotions and the little poem that went with it. I thought that was such a nice thing. Something that if we know we really struggle with one of those emotions, if we know we really struggle when we're feeling sad or lonely or angry, something that we could go back to in this video and kind of copy down or keep somewhere for ourselves or even memorize if we wanted to, and to repeat it to ourselves when we're feeling whatever that emotion is that we know can be hard for us. Or this just came to me. Additional challenge could be something you do this weekend if you wanted. You can come up with your own little poem to tell yourself when you're feeling that uncomfortable emotion. I love that idea, actually. If you do that, let me know, because I would love to read some of those and maybe even share them on Friday Feelings if you are willing. So if you want to come up with your own little poem about what you can do to help yourself calm down or to get through that uncomfortable emotion, send it my way or let me know, because again, I would love to read those. All right, friends, we will talk more about mindfulness. We will talk more about our emotions and our feelings and all of that good stuff when I see you again next week on Friday Feeling. As always, stay kind, LPES.